Oh no 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 no! Please do not! Please do not! Freaking fried. Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 Episode 4 Divine Tree 1. The founder appears. And yeah, last episode there was this gathering of all these different religious beliefs when it comes to the divine tree, and Mob was gonna go and present himself as the leader, I guess, but then he got sidelined somewhere. He's waiting on what's the name to call him. His battery died, and then another dude entity, somebody showed up pretending to be, and that's why they ended. And then also you had all the some kind of roots. I feel like that are coming from the divine tree, sort of like coming up all over the city. Teruki also appeared. Mob thought that he was being popular with the girls and everything. I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff happening. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. And before we get to this one, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Before I started this season, I don't know what I was doing. I was Googling something about Mob Psycho, and then I read some place that this season was like heartbreaking or something. Like it tugged at your emotions or something or other along those lines. And I'm starting to feel why. No, when the founder showed up at the meeting last episode, I had two theories. I was like, this might be another person or this might be Temple. And I said that the person's voice sounded so familiar to me, like Temple's voice. But sometimes people sound like each other, so it's like I couldn't be like 100% sure. And it turns out that it is him. And then he's giving out all these candies and whatever to people, and each person, if you were to eat those things that are made from the divine tree, he gets to brainwash you into worshiping him and stuff. And when they showed Teruki and he was in his room and someone made something for him made of the divine tree or whatever, and I'm like, please don't eat it. And then he ate it. And then he started, worshipping the divine tree. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But then he snapped out of it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you okay? And he figured out that it was the divine tree that was doing all these things. And then he tried to destroy the tree. Temple was there. And it was while they were fighting and everything that he revealed himself to to Teruki. And Teruki was doing his best to destroy the tree, to destroy, Hekubo, but it wasn't really, he was too strong. I mean, excuse me, that's how these entities are strong. When you have a lot of people's emotions believing in something, that's what gives them the strength. And he has all these people in the city that he's brainwashing, that are giving him all the strength that he needs, and he is inside the tree itself. So I understood why Teruki was not gonna be able to brainwash him the way I'm not quite sure if the end of the fight, if he was brainwashed or they just didn't. Let me see. I know Hekubo was regenerating all the time, and I think hold on a second. Okay, so that was the last time we saw of him. He was launching an attack on Dimple, and he was saying Sayonara, and that's the last time we saw of him. So either he also, even though he's been fighting Dimple's brainwashing all this time, maybe he finally succumbed to it and he's now part of his army. Because Ritsu also not part of his army, you know. They were walking by. He was given the candy by his I was about to say principal, but the school, the council president, student council president, and while they were walking, you know, Reagan wanted Mob's help in order to uproot the tree and drop it in the ocean, river, someplace. And Mob felt like it was gonna be a lot of work, so he went to Ritsu and asked for his help. And Ritsu agreed, you know, and as they were walking, that's when he showed the candy and whatnot, and he ate it, and immediately he got brainwashed. Kageyama said something about like strong emotions or something being able to get you out of the brainwashing. I guess this clearly shows the difference in Ritsu and Teruki's levels of psychicness. Because Teruki was able to break out of the brainwashing, but Ritsu has not. So he led Mob and Reagan to this meeting place where all believers of the Psycho Helmet religion were there, and they were trying to give them the candy and stuff to eat, but then they ran away. And as they were walking, they were like, Reagan was like, now I know that people are watching us. At least now it makes sense. When last episode, Mob was saying that he was popular and, you know, he felt like he was being watched. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you know, because in both instances, I'm thinking like girls watching him. That's where my mind was going. And then in both instances that he sort of like said that you had at first, Ritsu was like behind him and then Teruki was also beside him. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's just girls admiring Teruki and Ritsu. But turns out that's not really what was going on. It was really the psychic helmet. Selmic. Oh my goodness. Religion, those people that basically Dimple that had his eyes on him. And this episode sort of like solidified that was what was happening last episode. So they were like, okay, we need to get rid of this tree. And then as they were walking, Reagan just started spewing nonsense. And I'm like he was asking Mob if he thought the people worship, like, you know, the psychic helmet religion stuff were bad people. And he's like, no. But then he wasn't okay with what was going on. And then that's when Reagan started talking way too bizarre. Really? That's the word. But he was just way too weird about what he was saying. And they said, you know, let's just not destroy the divine tree. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's also brainwashed. I just don't know when exactly that happened. Did it happen Like, how did that happen? Because he gave him, when Ritsu gave him the candy and everything, he put it in his pocket. He didn't eat it. And then when they went to that meeting or whatever, and they were trying to give him stuff to eat, he didn't eat anything. So how is Z brainwashed? Was he brainwashed before? I don't know. And then that moment where when Reagan was talking and he could feel that he was brainwashed, and then he asked Reagan if he was brainwashed, and Reagan was like, so this is how it feels when someone accuses you of being brainwashed but when you actually wasn't. And then he pointed his finger at Mob or something or other like that, and then there were these flashes of different people pointing their fingers at Mob. And I'm like trying to find the significance in that. Like, maybe because all those people were people that he counted on, his friends and stuff. And now they're pointing their fingers at him. And at first, my immediate thought was like, okay, is this something that Dimple does? Pointing fingers at people, and then he's gonna see those movements and he's gonna be like, okay, is Dimple doing it? But then I'm like, no, I have never noticed Dimple doing that kind of motion. So I'm like, no, it's probably not that, and it's probably basically everybody singling Mob out as the weird one, I guess, in the city. With the new season of Bleach coming out, I told myself that I was gonna rewatch Bleach, so that I can watch the new season, because it had been like years since I've seen Bleach, and I forgot a lot of stuff. So I wanted to go back and watch it, and before I get into the new season. And I did finish it. And this reminds me so much of when, what was his name? Basically inserted himself into Ichigo's friends, families, memories, and then everybody sort of like turned against him. This is what this reminds me of. That's what it feels like. And just seeing everybody basically turning against Mob, I don't think I'm gonna be like, I'm scared of what's gonna happen. I'm really scared. They also showed a person. What was the name? Minagishi. I'm trying to remember what Yo's father's group was called. What am I saying? Show. I said that during the reaction. I'm like, I said it, but it didn't feel right to me. Show. Let me see. Minagishi. Well, Psycho. Wow, it's about to be 10 o'clock. Dang. Claw. Yeah. He was part of the Ultimate Five, part of the Claw organization. And his thing was, he had a lot of, he can control plants and stuff. So he was working in some place, and then he noticed that the plants and the trees sort of like they were dying, and then he tried to communicate with the plant, try to force it to, I guess, stop feeding on his, I don't know, just trying to figure out what's going on. And then he reacted in such a way. Now I don't know if he is also being brainwashed, so I feel like Dimple has become so powerful. He has control of so many people, so many espers, that I don't know. Like, I feel like all of these people are gonna turn against him. All these people are gonna unleash his psychic powers, their psychic powers against him, including Ritsu and Teruki, people that he is close to. So he's gonna have to defend himself against them. And like, I don't know. I don't see this thing ending well. I don't like this. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to episode 5, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmeaning, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.